According to the World Health Organization, WHO, Thailand currently ranks 6th in terms of the number of road deaths worldwide. The statistics show that more than half of the accidents, 55.9%, happened with motorcycles. In this video we give you valuable tips on how to face the traffic in Pattaya in the safest way. Don't rely on traffic lights. In Pattaya, traffic lights often take on a unique interpretation among the locals, who view them more as friendly suggestions rather than strict commands. It's not uncommon to witness a red traffic light being regarded as an optional signal, particularly when there are no oncoming vehicles from the right or any left turn lanes. Many drivers continue on their way even when the light is red. Additionally, some drivers start moving a few seconds before the green light appears and continue driving for a brief moment into the red phase. Therefore, it's essential to remain vigilant and attentive before you embark on your journey. Always keep your eyes open and exercise caution while navigating the roads of Pattaya and Thailand as whole. Do not insist on right-of-way rules. If you plan on driving a car or a motorbike in Pattaya, it's important to be aware of the unique traffic situation. While there are priority rules in Thailand, they are not widely known or followed by many. In general, the principle is that larger streets have priority over smaller ones, and main roads generally have the right-of-way. However, as a tourist, it's crucial to remain vigilant and anticipate unexpected situations. It's not uncommon to encounter motorcycles emerging from dead-end streets, so it's advisable to always be prepared for such scenarios in Pattaya. Be careful when cornering. In Pattaya, much like the rest of Thailand, drivers have a tendency to cut curves sharply, often without considering oncoming traffic. Even if there is a crest or a rocky obstruction that limits visibility, it doesn't deter many from cutting the curve. Therefore, it's essential to be cautious and anticipate this behavior, particularly if you are planning to overtake on the right. It's advisable to only proceed with overtaking when there is a clear line of sight and no curves ahead. Prioritize safety and exercise extra vigilance when navigating curves in Thailand. Reckon with drivers on the wrong lane. In Pattaya, like in the rest of Thailand, left-hand traffic is the norm. However, it's not uncommon to witness some road users disregarding this rule. Many drivers opt to use the oncoming lane, particularly when their destination is just a short distance away or when they intend to make a turn. As a result, it's quite common to encounter vehicles approaching you in your own lane, even if they are not overtaking you. This behavior can be unexpected and potentially hazardous, so it's important to remain alert and cautious while driving in Pattaya. Count on overtaking maneuvers from all sides. In Pattaya, it is common for vehicles to aggressively overtake any slower-moving vehicles, often without regard or consideration. Overtaking on the right side is a frequent occurrence, and even small pedestrian crossings on the left may be used for overtaking. In some instances, vehicles may attempt to overtake from both sides simultaneously. This driving behavior can be reckless and potentially dangerous. As a driver, it is important to be aware of these tendencies and exercise caution on the road. Maintain a safe distance from other vehicles. Avoid driving late at night. Late at night, traffic in Pattaya can be especially hazardous. It is not uncommon to encounter drivers who are intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. While during the day, only a few people seem to adhere to the speed limits despite the high volume of traffic, the situation worsens at night when the streets are relatively empty. It is important to exercise extreme caution and remain vigilant when driving during these times. Stay alert, obey traffic laws, and be prepared for unexpected situations on the road. Drive with the traffic, but defensively. In Pattaya, it is advisable to stay in the flow of other road users whenever possible. They act as a protective shield around you. For instance, if there is a vehicle obstructing the lane and everyone else is overtaking it, it is better to avoid sudden braking and instead merge with the flow of traffic, if it is safe to do so. Oncoming traffic will typically respond by maneuvering to avoid a collision or by applying their brakes. Nonetheless, it is crucial to be prepared to brake promptly if the flow of vehicles ahead suddenly changes or breaks off unexpectedly. Always maintain a vigilant attitude and be prepared to adapt to the dynamic traffic conditions around you. Always stay calm and avoid trouble. An essential advice for driving in Pattaya and Thailand is to maintain a calm and relaxed demeanor when interacting with other road users. Displaying frustration or honking the horn in displeasure is not a common practice in Thailand. Horns and headlight flashes are typically used as traffic signals to indicate presence or alert others. It is advisable to avoid retaliatory actions if possible. In Pattaya, disputes on the road can sometimes occur, and in uncertain situations, foreigners, Farang, are often assumed to be at fault. In case of an accident, it is important to be aware of the following: foreigners in Thailand are generally considered guests and, therefore, there is a tendency, based on Thai mentality and some level of logic, to assume that the foreign party is primarily at fault in an accident situation. The presumed causal chain in the event of an accident involving a foreigner, or Farang, in Thailand is often rooted in the assumption that if the foreigner had not entered the country, the accident would not have occurred. While this underlying attitude may not be explicitly stated, it can be observed among Thai accident participants, including the police. The perception that foreigners have unlimited financial resources significantly contributes to this dynamic. Therefore, it is unwise to rely on an impartial and unbiased determination of guilt based on the local perspective. Additionally, one should not expect Thai witnesses to provide statements in favor of the foreigner, as they typically show solidarity with their fellow countrymen.